Hey, this is DM Allen. Thanks for joining us once again for another week of awesomeness. Let's just get it started.
Recently, on Roll with Advantage, our party decided to head to Chult.
So, Chult. Yes, Chult.
A small detour was taken to Care Westfall, where the ship was fixed. Eventually, the party made it to Chult.
You make it to Port Nyanzaru by dusk, and what you see is this is a very big city, and nobody is here.
What could possibly be waiting on the island below?
What do you guys want to do? Do you want to sleep through the night and
go down to the town in the morning?
Probably a decent idea.
Check things out.
Have someone pay attention to the city at night, see if there's any, lights, any fires that show up, in case there are, a few people still alive.
Kenyan's going to agree to this plan, but he's going to try to sneak off the ship to try to rob.
I was about to say.
Place.
All right.
Can you agree to something
that there's
cautious?
Once it's dark enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably through the base of the ship.
Okay. Ooh, okay. All right. Night
or bat mode. I might just go
Yeah.
bat mode.
So, the night comes. It is pitch black, super duper hot. Who has heat resistance? Just a heads up. Kenyan does. Anybody else? Oh,
I can
Bon,
expend spell points to do it.
Minutes armor technically provides it.
What kind of armor do you have?
It's got the dragon scale,
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
which just gives him fire
Now-
resistance.
Okay.
Do we need heat resistance 24/7 or just during the active part of the day?
So really what it's going to come down to is your how you feel in your armor, right? So
I don't wear armor.
Right. Well, in your skin. So I'm going to say what you can't do is you can't cast heat resistance while you sleep. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
To game the system, because really what it is the saving throw that you're about to make is about the exhaustion through the day. So no, probably not. If you maintain the spell, if you keep casting it, then I'd allow it, because it would drain your resources.
I have an ability as a sorcerer to expend a sorcery point to gain resistance to fire.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For how long?
For an hour for each.
Oh, gotcha.
Each spell point.
Okay.
Each sorcery point I use, and I can sacrifice spell slots for that, or being a lizard man, I could just bask part of the time.
Sure.
Are you cold-blooded?
He is. I would say if you did that through the night, you may avoid it. We'll play it by ear. We'll see what happens. Let's see. So, another real quick thing is, Bon, I added the feat for you. I believe it was Inspiring Leader, right?
Leadership, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
You
So
can
I
get us
added
10
it
hit
for
points.
you. So, back to the game here. Night comes. It is quite dark. And what is everybody else doing while Kenyan's kind of
Bat flight.
working around the ship?
We're gonna set up a watch.
Yeah, you've got all sorts of crew. One-Eyed Joe agrees to take the first watch. And let's see, you got something like 7 crew right now. So it's easy for them to get a couple of cruise people through the night to take shifts.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go sleep then.
Okay. All right. Are you doing anything, Tin?
Not particularly.
So as those on the ship are just settling down for the night, Kenyan, you turn into a bat and
Probably fly out the window.
yeah, sneak off into the night.
So bats have blind sight, by the way. So I'll be like rocking out echolocation.
So, Kenyan, you fly down to the port.
Bye, Kenyan.
I'm looking for the merchant prince's houses.
All right.
As a pirate, I've definitely familiar with the tales of Port Nyanzaru.
So, what you do is you fly down, and using your port eyesight as a bat, you start inspecting some of these buildings. Port Nyanzaru is a giant C-shaped port. Many tightly packed buildings with thick veins of roads running through between these buildings. You fly down, and the stench of like musty decay is heavy in the air down here. You are seeing like shadows of bodies and stuff like that kind of laying in the streets or slumped over open market benches and stuff like that. There's a lot of dead people in this town. They all seem to be decaying to some degree. It doesn't look fresh.
There's no movement?
No movement. You can give me a perception if you'd like.
Do I use the bat's senses, right?
Yes.
Not my own?
Yep.
And they're probably not proficient.
I think bats might be good at that.
Well, they have advantage, but I don't think they have skill proficiencies. So I've got a 16.
Okay. You don't really see much movement, but what you do notice is where you're coming in is kind of the merchants kind of area, and you start like kind of following these buildings. You make your way into the market district, which is just a heavy open market. There's one area that's like this massive tent that's held up. There's like algae and it's in disuse, so there's overgrown vegetation around the tent tops, and as you follow these buildings, you start seeing that they're getting more expensive looking.
Yeah.
Right? You're getting into the rich part of town, and eventually you come to this giant bulbous building that has long golden steps, many tiers down. It's got this giant glass dome to it, and it looks to be almost like a miniature palace.
Oh, I'm gonna get up in there. I can fit through real small places as a bat.
It's going to smell a higher class sort of decay.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So you approach this building.
It smells like rotting truffles.
You described to me, how do you want to kind of enter this building? There's a glass dome that is tightly sealed. There's some windows. I would imagine one of them are cracked open. There's also a front door as well.
I'm going in an upstairs window.
Okay.
I assume all the goods would be like up in their bedrooms, or maybe they have vaults or something like that. But I'll squeeze my way into the building. So
you fly into this window, and when you fly in, do you keep bat form while you're moving around? Okay.
While I'm scouting.
Okay, so you fly into this room, and you quickly fly up into the corners of the room to try and keep out of anyone's potential notice. What you notice in this room is a beautiful, beautiful bedroom. Big 4-poster bed, these giant nettings that come down, almost like transparent netting that's like a mosquito netting.
Mm-hmm.
You also see big luscious pillows with this like nasty decaying body sitting in the middle of the bed, like laying there. You see all over the fingers are rings of all sorts of different measure. They've got all sorts of gems and gold and silver, electrum like rings. The mouth is hanging open, and you can see some of the teeth are even metal. It's got piercings along the eyebrows with chains that connect back to its ears.
I think this could be one of the merchant princes, essentially.
Yeah. This is definitely a wealthy individual who spends their wealth to look as gaudy as possible. Like, this room is full bougie. Like, it's super extra. There's all sorts of amenities. You see giant vials of bottles that are sitting on an armoire,
like perfumes and stuff.
Yep, perfumes and stuff.
I become a half orc.
Okay.
And immediately start pulling rings off of fingers.
Okay. All right. So you come out of bat form, and you move towards this dead corpse. This corpse. That's awfully redundant. You move towards this corpse, and you're starting to pull these rings off of the fingers. Give me a dexterity check, please.
I'm loud and slow. I rolled a 2.
A 2. Okay.
Snapping the fingers off takes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. You just, it's the fingers are up to the hand, so it's past the first and second knuckle. You just, I don't know, it's dead. So you pop the fingers off, and you just pull the rings off the back of the tip, or the back of the broken bits, and throw them over your shoulder. You start tossing this room, and as you're tossing this room, you start hearing coming from the bed, and the corpse starts sitting up. I need you to roll initiative.
20.
20. All right, you go first. This corpse is sitting up looking at you with its head hanging nastily to the side and its tongue hanging out, devoid of all the jewels around the eyes. I mean, you essentially just like grab the gold chains that are connected from the eyebrows to the ears, and you just yanked.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this sucker's dead. He doesn't need anything. You don't need to be careful. So he's got torn skin around the eyebrows and from his ears, and its mahogany dripping flesh looks at you. What do you do?
I came in through a window.
Yeah.
He's going at it.
All right. Give me a contested athletics.
So, Kenyon rages.
Okay.
And that's does an 18 work?
I have 18 as well.
All right. Well, I have multi-attack.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Well, I've got a 19, but because I got +1 stream.
25.
For another contested?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't get a 25. I don't know why I rolled. Natural 20 is just 21. So,
and
all right, you got him.
I would have half my movement, so
you're
I've got
fine.
like 20 movement.
Yeah.
I'm gonna basically like shove and drop out the window.
Yeah, this thing like sits up and is like looking at you as you're like scrounging through the drawers, and you look back at it and you're like, oh hell no, and you grab him by the vestments that he has, and you tear the netting with him. Like, you reach through the netting and just grab him, you tear the netting with him, and you just toss him out the window, and you hear like thump. And as you're like looking out the window, you start seeing more corpses with their arms outreached, and they're making their way up the golden steps, and you're starting to hear more of the roar of the undead army below.
How many do I see moving at this point?
I would say in this area 15, 20.
Okay. I and I go back to ransacking the room, grabbing as much goods as I can. I take all the perfumes. I actually stop and put a little bit of each on myself. Every single one of them. So just mental image. It's really damn hot. Yeah. So Kenion's just basically wearing a loincloth and a quiver.
Yeah.
not wearing armor.
You're Tarzan.
I'm Tarzan, except for I cut all my hair off too.
Sure.
So I'm like Thor Ragnarok, short hair, like giant 350-pound muscular orc, just like, this is nice, like spritzing myself.
Meanwhile, the orc body odor is fighting.
You are able to get that stinks. You get 68 gold pieces worth of assorted items from the desk, and off of the corpse you gained let's see, 9 platinum.
So 90 gold.
Yeah, 90 gold.
Now that I feel like I've gathered most of the goods from at least from the bedroom, I poke my head out in the hall to see if there's like a treasure room like nearby.
And you like look out the hall, one side, then the other. It's a long hall, many rooms in this hallway. You see at the very end of one side of the hallway is this massive painting. It's gold. It's got a gold trim around the outside of the painting. This very muscular, mahogany-skinned looking man standing there. He's got the similar piercings as the corpse that you just threw out the window. He's got his hand on like this giant electrum rod, or platinum rod, and it's like a walking stick of sorts. And he's looking down the left corridor, so it tees at the end. There doesn't seem to be anyone out in this corridor.
And I didn't see that platinum rod in the bedroom.
Nope.
I go running down the hallway.
Towards the painting?
Towards the painting.
Okay. You just do. You get to the end of the hallway and you kind of like, what's it? Tom Cruise just like slide.
Probably fall on my
risky
ass.
business.
Yeah, risky business. Just slide to the end of the hallway. You look down one side, look down the other side, and at the end of one of the hallways is a very large metal door with a giant spinning cog system in the center, and you see like a space in the center of this cog system where maybe a key goes. It is round in nature, and from this distance it looks almost like it's hemispherical concavity. So it's a hemispherical concavity that maybe you insert maybe this walking stick into.
Perhaps. Cool. I reappear back on the ship.
Okay. You get back to the ship, and what do you do?
I smell great.
Yeah. Tin, you hear like the teleportation circle go off, and then all of a sudden you smell like this peppery scent. It's kind of stings the nostrils. It's almost like somebody went through a market and tried on all the perfumes. I say this to you because you are the nearest room. You're in Kinian's, and then Bon and Manette is on the other side furthest away.
I kind of sigh because portal randomly activating out of the blue means it's probably Kinian. And so I wander out to see what the hell is going on.
There's like a very excited, like childish expression that's often on Kinian's face, often in combat. And I'm like holding in my hands, I'm holding like a little cachet of rings.
Yeah.
And I look up at Tin, I'm like, look. She's gotta forgive me.
And you see like he's holding a bunch of rings, and in the other hand he's got like these gold chains, these gold and platinum chains, and at the end of one of the chains is an earring with like half an ear still attached.
Classy.
Half a decade.
Yes.
You know, big fingers. It's hard to get those latches on the back.
That's right.
I take in this information, decide to not ask why Kenny decided to go in town alone, and just say, well, before you give all of that to Rings, you might want to get rid of the dead ear.
And then you hear thump, and you see, like, at his feet, one of the dead fingers is, like, laying. It must have fallen out of one of the rings just in his grasp. He's got lots in his hand.
You might want to make sure you get rid of all the dead stuff before you give any of this to Rings. Maybe wash it as well.
Does the finger start moving?
Yeah, like inchworm along the floor.
Yeah. It, you see, like, it, like, thump, thump, and then you say that, Tin, and you see, like, the finger, like, inch, and it starts scratching at Kenyan's ankle.
So,
yeah.
And it's gone.
I, like, look down at the ground where basically radiant explosion appeared. Yeah. Look back at Tin, I'm like, there,
Yes.
There's no one alive down there, so I didn't think he would mind I take these from him. I threw him out a window.
Okay. Well, I don't think he would mind either because he's dead, but let's try to not bring, like, undead parts on the ship next time.
Okay.
They could have contaminants on them, and that would get really gross.
What's a contaminant?
Remember when, like, when you would try to drink beer and it tasted awful?
Yes.
Contaminants can make things taste awful. Let's go with that version.
Kenyan, like, thrusts out the ear chains, offering them to Tin.
I don't move and I just look at them.
The contaminants. You can have these.
You can walk to the nearest sink, or you can try to bribe someone.
We're on Kenyan's ship. There is no sink.
Or you can try to bribe. No, there is a sink. I mean, we have.
She's made sure of it.
We have a chef. Like we have food made here. Or you can go bribe someone in the crew to do that for you.
Whatever. And I just open up the door to my room, walk in, and, like, slam the door.
All right.
Leaving the ear basically laying on the ground.
If I sacred flame it, will it, like, disappear?
Yeah, it'd probably be like the
disintegrate or something.
Yeah.
I sigh and sacred flame that as well.
I walk up to Rings and just, like, drop the pile of rings in front of her on the bed.
Like a cat.
Like a cat. I'm like,
here's my kill.
I got your things. And immediately start talking about the vault. And telling her about what I saw.
All right. Tin, you're getting kind of parts of this conversation through the shared wall. Rings is quite interested. She says, did it seem locked?
I should have checked. It could have been open. Why?
It was cracked. There was no side on the left side.
Kenyan's cracked.
I contemplate, like, you hear, like, a struggle of Rings, like, saying, no, get back in here, as, like, I'm halfway out the window already.
She's like, you can't turn into a bat again.
Details,
yeah. So she says, so maybe you guys can go down and, I don't know, crack that safe. There could be something helpful there, like money. The merchant princes are lavishly rich. Be kind of nice to build the fleet back up.
Yes, yes, yes! As a side note, Rings does not know about my portable hole.
Yeah, no, I don't think anybody does.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, she hasn't seen the perfume yet.
Oh, okay.
The stash is hidden away.
She is.
She can
like,
smell it.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, as
she
she's
would smell
talking to
it.
you, she's probably like finger to the nose, trying to.
Not gag.
Yeah. And then she exits the room. She says she's going to go up on deck and try and map the city out from up above, and maybe we can figure out a plan of hitting the most expensive ships.
I collapse into bed, basically, like thinking about how I'm going to get into that vault.
Morning comes.
What's that ungodly smell?
Yeah. There is rain pouring down from the top, from the sky. It is another torrential rain.
Warm showers, yay!
Yeah, yeah. Keo, you are getting quite the water up in the crow's nest. Luckily,
especially since I took down the normally it's like a tent.
Yeah.
Up there, but I pulled it all back, so I have a hot tub, I guess.
So like you wake up and you lift the chest from your bed. You lift the chest lid.
Water
and you
starts
look out.
coming in.
Yeah. You look out and there's water like a moat. Yeah.
I come out on deck, and it's raining. And then all of a sudden, an umbrella shaped out of water appears over my head.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
Nice. You use like a kata form and manipulate the water to be nice. That's awesome.
Kinian comes up on deck with a singular bottle was poured completely over my head. Like I took an entire bottle of perfume, just like cracked it, and poured it on myself.
So, and you're not gagging or anything?
No.
At least he didn't drink it.
Do you have the ability to smell?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Okay.
Well, especially when you.
I think I smell great.
Oh,
and
gosh.
You can really smell if you're pouring.
Yeah, and Kinian's like smiling a lot more than usual, and I'm actually like, I'm doing like little like man poses, like whenever I see like Tin kind of like
strutting.
Yes,
and
whenever I see Tin look over or Rings look over, I do like a little shift, and like you see like the muscles kind of like ripple,
and you see like behind him the deckhands are like, what is that smell?
At least the rain's gonna wash a lot of it off.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Keo's also taken to the not wearing much clothing because, it's warm out.
Yeah.
When in Rome.
When in Rome.
So she's like, we're twins.
Out on deck, Asmodeus, in his little girl form, once again, walks underneath Bond's umbrella, and he says, "So, what are we gonna do about this city? It seems kind of dead. It's like nobody here."
Kinian's like, it's literally dead.
Well, if you've been there and come back, it's obvious that it's not like we would instantly die if we enter the city.
Kinian, you
What
went there?
killed everyone might have already passed by. It's probably not a lingering spell.
I went to, and like, you see me kind of like squint and point, and you probably see like sunlight like reflecting off the glass.
It's pouring down rain right now. You guys are seeing like you see shadows of the city where he's pointing, and you've got a good general idea of where he's pointing. It's in the lower part of the city, the southern edge of the C-shaped city.
The eastern edge?
Southern? Oh, is it? Oh, yeah, it's turned. Yeah, the eastern edge.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow, interesting. Okay. So, it's it's on the bottom bit of the C-shaped town. And Asmodeus is like, well, maybe someone down there isn't dead. Did you see anyone living or just dead bodies?
I saw, and like you see Kinian look down kind of at his hands and like flip like through fingers like he's pretending he's counting. And
he doesn't even like go sequentially with his fingers either. Yeah. He's just like
they're like all over the place, and then I lift up a foot too, and I'm like, I saw this many. They were shambling.
Oh, like undead.
Yeah.
Oh.
They didn't seem that bad.
All right.
I threw one out a window. I'm pretty happy about that.
That's pretty boss.
There's a bunch of undead. I doubt there's... If there were someone living, they'd be holed up somewhere, and we'd have to look through the whole city to find them. But they would also need to have enough food and water to survive.
Does anybody know anything about this city?
Well, there's plenty of water.
Well, but if they're like holed up in a building...
I mean more like, does anybody know what building would be the best place to hold up? So we can start there.
Minette might know from his reading on the town. You want to give me a history check?
I finally have to tell this die to fuck off. Finally rolled a 1.
All right.
That's a 14.
14. All right.
Fucking rogues.
No, that's from my artificer stuff.
Oh, wow.
A good place to hold up in this area could be the Lyceum, which is near the north end, or I'm sorry, the western end of town. Or a really good place might also be the Colosseum, which is a area for dinosaur racing.
Ooh, where's the Colosseum at?
It is down on the east end of town. It's got a long street to it, a big circular area.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wanted to check out the dino.
Yeah, Dino Colosseum, and then we can go to the Lyceum afterwards. The dinosaurs.
It seems like dinosaurs would be good guards. I bet people are there.
I've got an idea of where Rings and I can go searching.
Where?
Over where I pointed.
Oh.
Kenny,
okay.
Kinian, listen. This is an unknown territory town. We should stay together. We go to your place like.
Oh.
Are there any lighthouses?
If you guys want to have sex, you can just stay on the ship, you know.
Whoa!
I look over at Rings, and like there's a smirk, and I start nodding my head.
She kind of shrugs her shoulders.
You did good with those rings. That's pretty good. Getting back into shrug territory.
He's spent.
It's also been like 2-3 weeks.
And
or
I
something
smell
now.
great. She shakes her head for that one.
Well, greatly.
He did spend 20 days like explicitly trying to woo her. So, but yeah, Asmodeus says, well, standard procedure. I can kind of make sure the ship is circling the town. What do you want us to do?
I rolled that die 92 times before getting a 1.
Holy shit!
You should like put that in a separate fuck off bag.
Yeah,
like, seriously.
That's a Hall
That's
of
an
Famer.
MVP right there.
Or
Yeah,
like
sure.
give that one to me to keep for a little bit.
All right. So, let's see. The venturing party is going to be the Obsidian Flame, and then Asmodeus, Deva, and Yin, or do you want to keep the NPCs on the ship?
We can keep the NPCs on the ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think just to simplify things.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
streamline.
all the NPCs, Rings, and everybody stays on the ship.
I tell Deke he's in charge.
And he stands a little bit taller.
I tell Deke he's not actually in charge because he can't make that decision.
He slumps a little.
No,
So what, Lefty is our
Lucky is usually the second in command.
Yeah.
Asmodeus tends to take the lead role when you guys are gone.
Deke can be in charge of the students.
And he stands back up straight, a little taller.
Yeah, that works.
I go over to Yin and I'm like, don't let anybody tell you what to do except Lucky.
She quietly nods. So how do you guys want to get down?
Deke needs his command experience.
How high up are we?
1,000 feet.
I jump.
Okay.
I follow suit.
Yeah.
I have a little more flair. I jump, do a somersault, and then pop out my broom.
All right.
I hit the ground hard.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Roll me
okay.
some damage.
Why?
Really?
That's 1,000 feet.
There's a really good chance he can't hit my max fall reduction.
For 1,000 feet?
The max is 20d6.
You could still like break your legs or something.
Wait,
I mean,
the max for falling damage
Yeah.
is 20d6. That's terminal velocity.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want me to roll it,
yeah, go for it.
and this is how Bond died. Adam
20d6 isn't that bad.
The one
not.
who's been able to fly the longest dies first from falling.
Yep.
Anyways, my somersault's not so graceful. Rolled a 1, so it's a 4 acrobatics.
All right, it's pretty choppy. You fall, but you eventually are able to get out the broom, and you're like hanging by it. Bon, you take supposedly 67 points of falling damage as you reach terminal velocity and land in a superhero landing.
Okay, I take 12 damage.
And you ASMR heal yourself.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I'm not.
No, I'm
healing
just gonna,
that.
I'm gonna take the 12. I do want to say when I land though,
Okay.
like, what's the street made out of?
It is going to be
Made out of spikes.
yeah, spikes.
Take 12 fall damage and
Spike
100
spikes.
spike damage.
Yeah, spike
and
spikes.
die.
This is going to be well trodden. It's going to probably be just like stone. This is I'm kind of imagining this as like a stone outcropping in the bay, and it's just been beaten by feet. It's been worked over the years, but it can be very slippery when it rains and stuff like that, but it's pretty hard stuff.
Okay, so I jump and I do like the all 4 limbs out thing, and I'm just falling straight down, and then when I get to like house level, I do a quick flip and land on my feet and go to one knee, and a plume of dust and light shoot out from me. Boom.
Hey everyone, I'm DM Alan, and thank you so much for joining us once again. This is Season 3, Episode 17. Welcome back to Roll with Advantage, and thank you so much for listening. We really, really appreciate it, and thank you for telling people about us. We have been noticing a big difference in our downloads lately, and that is really cool. If you want to point your friends and family to connect with us, point them over to our Twitter at DM's Table or over to Facebook at The DM's Table. Go check us out there too for any updates on what we're doing or things that are going on around in the D&D or RPG community. Also, that's the best place to hit us up for access to our Discord. If you want to join and interact with Minette or Tin or any of the cast and crew, the Discord is the place to do it. So hit us up on our socials and we'll hook you up with a link. A big thank you to our patrons as well. Our patrons are absolutely amazing. I know everybody says that all their patrons are always amazing, but ours are fantastic. We know because we talk to them. We talk to our patrons all the time through our Discord. All our patrons get access to the DM's Table Discord, and they have special access to certain chat rooms as well. You can check out the perks that our patrons get over at patreon.com/DM's Table. Go check it out now, and you won't be disappointed. Also, go check out friend of the show, Standing Stone's workshop. She does amazing minis paintings. You can find her on YouTube and on Facebook. Just search for Standing Stone's workshop. All right, let's talk about this week's sponsor. This week's sponsor is Audible. Audible is an amazing audiobook platform that has over 180,000 books to choose from. Their platform is absolutely amazing, and the best part is, if you sign up through audibletrial.com/RWA, you get 2 free books, access to a bunch of Audible originals, and a 30-day free trial. That's 30 days to try the best audiobook platform there is out there. Go check them out now and make sure to do it through audibletrial.com/RWA. That helps support the show and it gives you access to those perks. All right, let's throw it over to Adam for this week's recommendation.
Hey nerds, I'm going to suggest Blood of Elves by Andrzej Sapkowski and narrated by Peter Kenny. It tells the story of Geralt and Ciri as they forge their path of destiny. Witchers fight against the monsters they go bump in the night. Beings who aren't supposed to exist, who interrupt the natural order of things. At least, that is how they're supposed to operate. Will Geralt and Ciri stay on their traditional Witcher path, or will they change the course of history? Peter Kenny does a really good job with this book and all the Witcher books. He's a phenomenal narrator who brings the story alive in a truly remarkable and entertaining manner. Check this book out and the rest of the Witcher series today.
Go check out Adam's recommendation. I'm sure it will be very, very good. And if it's not, let us know on our social and we will apologize for Adam's poor taste. All right, now I want to talk about someone who has been with the show for a very long time, and that's Incompetech.com. Incompetech.com is an amazing audio platform that has a ton of really, really cool audio scores. They do just phenomenal professional work, and you have access to these things for pretty much free. You can check them out over at Incompetech.com, and they're great for YouTube videos, they're great for podcasts like ours, and they're also fantastic for just listening to. I personally like to listen to them when I'm prepping and even when I'm working because it's just great focus music. So make sure to check them out as well. That's Incompetech.com. All right, that's all I've got for you this week. Let's get back to the episode, and I'll see you out on the internet. Bye. As you guys are falling, where do you want to direction towards? You want to go towards the dino area, the Coliseum?
Oh yeah, we're totally doing the
Yeah,
Coliseum.
yeah.
Okay, so as you guys, go ahead.
Tin hadn't said anything yet. I was curious what her thoughts are of being carried by a shirtless loincloth wearing barbarian with Doc Martens with bat wings.
Doc Martens.
What are your thoughts?
You look like somebody from Hot Topic in California.
Yes.
You just need a few piercings and...
You look like a Hot Topic beach bum.
Yeah.
Not to mention, the like 20 layers of perfume you have going on. I'm
multifaceted.
For the record, I didn't put on the perfume he gave me. I'm saving it for when it's not raining.
Lots of different scents.
Yes.
Many different facets of the stench of Kenyon.
Oh, man.
But is Kenyon wearing a pith cat hat?
No hair, no hat.
No worries.
I activate my wings and fly down.
Okay. All right, so everybody's got a way to fly. or
Except
or
for
fall
Manette.
gracefully.
I'm taking any pot shots I can at corpses. Because
Give me...
I've heard they move.
Yeah, give me a perception, please.
19.
19. As you're falling, you see some corpses like kind of shambling around. It's like one or two corpses. You take pot shots as you're falling and knock out a few of these zombies. In fact, two of them are actually in the area that Bond's falling towards, and you're clearing the LZ. You're just
You hear a little echo.
Bong lands, superhero landing, a big burst of radiant light and a plume of dust billows out from where he lands, and you see around him a couple of bodies of zombies laying on the ground. You guys are just a little bit outside of the Colosseum. The rest of you land near Bond.
I'm not going to land.
Okay.
I'm going to maintain about 30 feet of altitude.
Okay, sounds good. So what do you want to do?
Strike that 15 feet.
Okay.
So I can find whip things.
Okay.
Can I just sacred flame the zombies and then we walk up to the Dino Coliseum?
Yeah, absolutely. You guys can walk around, do what you would like.
Dino Coliseum.
Dino Coliseum. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to try and do another skill challenge.
Ooh.
The situation is this. As you walk up, you start to see this very high wall. The wall is made out of what looks to be like tan-looking stone. It's very well masoned, very tight mortar lines and the such. It looks very nice if it wasn't wrapped in decay and disuse. A lot of vegetation is overgrowing on these walls, and as you approach, you see many big archways. A lot of these archways are actually barred off, and you see one entrance to this Colosseum that looks accessible. It is also barred off and has big, thick chains around it with a giant lock on the inside of the bars. What do you guys want to do?
How broadly spaced are the bars?
The bars are going to be probably about a foot width.
I'm pretty sure I can fit between them.
Okay.
How tall is the wall?
The wall is about 150 feet tall.
Fuck, that's huge.
What does a perception of 21 tell me?
Perception of 21, you are seeing as you guys are walking through these streets, as you're starting to see bodies like get up off of the desks or coming out of the tents. You're seeing like probably 120 feet or so away, you're seeing them start to like
congregate. Okay. I just tell everyone, I'm like, hey, it looks like we've got some visitors to welcome us.
I'm gonna
keep walking.
I'm gonna acrobatics the crap out of the wall and go up it and then drop a rope.
Okay.
Even though everybody else can fly. I'm like, yeah, guys, look at this. You can just... Oh, wait.
I have limited flights, so
yeah.
that's useful.
Yep.
I was going to say you could hop on my back, but if you want to do that instead.
I'd probably just shoot a lock. There's there a lock on like a gate that we're going through?
On the inside of the gate, yeah.
I shoot that.
But it's
Oh, and like on
the other side of the gate.
Yeah.
It's not like iron bars that I can shoot through.
Kind of. I mean,
Manette, I'm inside the gate. I can borrow your thunder cannon, and
I hand him a thunder pistol.
okay.
Wow.
All right.
You points it at the lock, closes both eyes.
All right.
I run away.
Yeah. All right, Keo.
Immediately.
Give me a dexterity, like an attack.
A dexterity attack.
Yeah.
Well,
at disadvantage because you're blind.
Oh.
it would have been good otherwise. I'm not considered proficient, right?
No, God, no.
So 6.
6. You hear the cacophonous pistol blasts through the air.
Zing.
Zing.
I rub my little kobold ears.
Yeah.
I was thinking closing my eyes would make it hurt my ears less.
So Bon, you hear the blast goes off, and what do you do?
Continue up the wall.
Okay.
It actually, I forgot I can run up vertical surfaces.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just get up there.
Yep.
So the blast, it doesn't succeed at destroying the log?
No,
Okay.
He completely misses.
I walk up to Keo and put a hand on his shoulder and say, you should try shooting with your eyes open this time.
With the hands
Like through the
bar.
gate?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
he's through
No,
the
I
gate.
flew over.
Ah.
Oh, you flew over the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So I've got my wings for an hour, so.
So Bon, you run up the wall.
Yep.
And as you run up the wall, Tin's kind of flying up with you. You guys get to the top of this wall, and you see on the inside is cages, lots of cages with all sorts of different dinosaurs. They're all very dead.
I get really excited for a second and then really sad. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and to be specific, they're all very undead. They are like biting at the bars with skin and sinew showing. The skin is like sliding off some of the snouts.
Nice.
You smell the decay pretty strongly as you get to the top. To get down to where this gate is to get you'd have to go down the other side of the wall through these tiered seatings and make your way down to one of the exit tunnels.
I get really, really sad. And then
Wait.
superhero jump.
So think of this as like this on the other side of the wall is just Coliseum seating.
Okay.
So this is like Daytona. So you get to the other side of the wall. It's all seating, and you see like these stadium tunnels where you can walk through to get down to the bottom level. That's what you see on the other side, outside of these caged dinosaurs. You also see along the inside of this wall, just below where the seating is about a 20-foot tall like wall that goes down to a track that makes a circular run around the inside of the Coliseum, and then goes out a straightaway that heads towards a big glass domed building.
Are they zombie dinosaurs?
Yes.
Okay, just want to clarify.
Yep, they are undead.
Also, so when I go to Keo, I tell him, okay, so you want your eyes to be open, and never shot a thunder pistol, but it seems to be pretty similar to a bow, so you should widen your stance and just straighten your back a little bit before you shoot it.
So I lean way back. And
Use your tail to stabilize you.
decide to meet her advice halfway, and I open one eye.
All right.
And meanwhile, I have my other...
Yeah, your other finger like plugging your ear.
Yeah.
I also
okay.
cast a quiet guidance on Keo.
Okay.
And I pull the trigger again.
All right.
That's a 14.
A 14. A 14 strikes the lock and easily breaks it.
I jump out of the way because there's like a ricochet.
Yeah. You break the lock.
I set down the
it's
thunder pistol very carefully.
All right.
Okay, that was good.
And you're able to unchain this gate. As you're doing this, Kinian, you see more and more zombies are starting to flood in from the alleyways. And Minette, you see this as well. Minette, you're starting to count like 30 or 40 zombies coming. There's quite a crowd.
As the lock breaks apart, I kind of like slowly push open the gate because this thing's massive, right?
Yeah.
But I'm a strong boy.
Yeah.
And I walk up to Kyo and I say, "You think that lock would have held against all these zombies?"
Bum, bum, bum.
I say, huh?
And then,
Keo's
and
got
then I
a
like walk past, and at that point he probably sees like a horde of zombies walking in right behind me.
Keo's got a 0 modifier for perception.
Yeah, I like that. I think Keo never noticed the zombies until Kinian pointed them out. And as Kinian walks by you, you start to see like this horde, this wave of zombies, like arms outstretched, shambling towards you. And then that's when you start hearing the moan of...
Yeah, Keo didn't hear earlier when I said we had a welcoming party.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have. No.
I thought it was going to be a different sort of party.
Yeah, a
True,
completely
true.
different type of
He's
party.
got a party hat on.
So we've got the dinosaur zombies in the cages in the Coliseum, and then we've got the random humanoid zombies from the town that have congregated and are coming into the Coliseum?
They're starting towards the Coliseum.
Okay, so they're near the Coliseum, starting towards it, and then there's the caged dinosaur zombies.
Yeah, so
Okay.
essentially what you have in front of you as far as a task goes is you can investigate the this area, or you can try and bar against it. The dinosaurs look to be quote unquote safely locked away. But you guys just opened a point of entry into the Coliseum.
Are they in metal cages?
Yes.
Okay.
What's
We
that?
could just roast them all.
AJ wants to murder all the zombie
Oh, I
dinosaurs
wanna-
for XP.
I'm not really
Kenny's not
worried about the
interested.
zombies.
Yeah.
I want to retcon something because I just realized I have a magical item from my
No,
my
Tenuvia wants to
class
kill all the
that would
zombies because they're abominations.
It makes sense.
open the lock.
And it'll just happen to benefit.
Oh.
I have a chime of opening that I just forgot about because
Hasn't come up.
I've never needed to actually
But
unlock
then I
anything.
don't get to say all that to Keo.
Yeah, I'm not gonna allow retcon.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, yep.
You
Remembering for soon.
Yep.
You smack yourself on the head because
Yeah.
for once you forgot something.
Q
That'll
was
probably-
just so giddy about getting to use
The pistol.
the pistol.
You had one
don't
moment
like
of
the
not
pistol.
having an intelligence of like 35,000.
I take back the pistol that he put on the ground.
Okay, all right.
So
What do you do, Kinian?
Kinian, like, at this point, are you near the pistol in Keo?
Yeah, he's picked it up.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that was the first thing Minette did.
I turn to Minette and I say, I know a place that way.
Is he pointing at the correct or incorrect direction?
I'd be pointing the correct
Yeah,
direction, but I like thought
Okay.
for a moment I was gonna do like cardinal direction.
wasn't
and
sure
then
if
I'm
you
like,
were trying
I don't know if
to-
Kinian's gonna be that wise. I mean, he's a pirate, but he's gonna be like that way.
Yeah, I think he knows he's got really good sense of direction, but
But Kinian thinks only
not
pirates
how to
have good sense of
verbalize it.
direction.
right, exactly.
Could be a little bit safer, easier to defend. High ground.
And you see like they're starting to stream in more.
I'm getting ready to cast a wall of fire.
I walk up and I just tell Kenyon, hey, you should be a distraction and lead all of those zombies through this narrow tunnel, and then me and Keo can just blast them all to death.
Or Q can use a wall of fire.
But I also want to kill things.
What do? They're getting closer.
While they're figuring that out,
Yeah.
Bon heads towards the caged dinosaur zombies.
Okay.
He's gonna coup de grace them all
How
through the
many
cage with
how many dinosaur zombies
the
are
spell
there?
thingy.
What spell thingy? I'm
I'll
sorry.
just
I'll get
blast.
to that.
He's just gonna like force damage them to death.
Eldritch blast.
Oh, gotcha. That's
Just
a cantrip,
standing there,
right?
like just blasting them.
I'd say like 6.
6.
Yeah, they're like racing velociraptors or something like that.
So they're like deadly and huge
yeah, they're.
and really dangerous.
I think they're medium-sized
Velociraptors aren't that huge.
velociraptors.
But they're super, super dangerous, so they're full of XP.
No.
Right now. No.
So
But,
are these
but
like
yeah.
movie
just through the-
velociraptors or like real velociraptors?
I'm gonna imagine movie velociraptor.
Okay, so they're like 6 feet tallish.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sad about it though. I'm like,
Yeah.
I wanted to see a dinosaur.
Well,
I'm taking pot shots with the thunder pistols at the crowd.
And I'm like,
assuming
what's going on out there?
Yeah, you start hearing bickering like down one of the main tubes.
Keo flinches each time that the shot goes out.
Bon, you rejoin the group, and you see this flood of zombies, and they're starting to make their way closer and closer, and then all of a sudden you see them break out in a mad run towards you. Everybody roll initiative.
That type of zombies, huh? The energy drink zombies?
28 Days Later zombies.
I love that movie.
So good of a movie. Oh.
Just wasted a crit.
Kinian, what do you got?
22.
22. Keo.
11.
Manette.
16.
Bon.
19.
10.
20.
All right, and Kinian. A horde of zombies breaks out into a mad dash towards you. They are moving very fast, almost slightly faster than a normal person's run. You see, like, they're flailing, almost falling over each other. Their arms are flailing. Their legs are, like, ragdoll running towards you. Mouths hanging open. Some of them missing bottom jaws. You are in this choke point of a tunnel. What do you do?
All right, how far is it across? Like,
the tunnel?
yeah.
10 or 15 feet wide.
I start trying to close the gate.
Okay.
So I rage, and I want to use my action to try to reinforce the gate with myself.
Okay. So you're able to close the gate, and now you're holding the gate closed. Tin, what do you do?
I wanted to use Radiance of the Dawn, and I wanted to get, like, in the middle of them above so that I could get
You should be able to do that.
So I can get in the middle of the zombie throng even though the doors are closed?
Is it casted on you, or
it's a radius off of me?
No, you couldn't do that.
You can hold your action until they all slam into the gate, and then you can pop it.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna wait until there's like 60 of them at the gate.
All right.
That'll help me.
Yeah. Bon.
And I tell Kinian what I'm planning on doing.
I move to the gate and wait until the zombies are within 30 feet.
Okay. What action are you holding?
I'm gonna unbroken air them when they're 30 feet away.
Okay.
I'm gonna the lead zombie.
Okay. Minette.
So this lock presumably was on like a chain wrapped around. I'm gonna rewrap the chain, take out a crowbar, and like stick it through the chains to makeshift lock it.
Do you put your BFW in there? No? Okay. All right. That's a personal
That's
thing.
safely on the ship right now.
Oh, okay. All right. So
I'm no longer strong. It's not an effective weapon.
Okay.
So.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you wrap the chain around. You put the crowbar in. Sounds good. And Keo, what is Keo doing?
And then I hide.
Okay.
And they all
zombies are so hard
mentioned
to
their
hide from.
intention to attack, or
What's that?
my compatriots. You guys verbally mentioned that you were gonna.
Oh yeah,
I at least-
everyone's prepping.
Yeah, I said I was going to cast Radiance of the Dawn once they got close enough.
I'm just gonna back up
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
and mutter.
Oh, are all the Zyno?
I've got a better solution, but I'm gonna just back up for when the gate breaks.
Okay. All right. I like that.
So apparently dinosaur zombies are just going to be called Zynos now.
Zynos.
I like it.
I love that idea.
Are they all dead? Like, did Bon have enough time to kill them all?
Yeah.
Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long is this tunnel?
What do you want to do?
Just trying to figure out
Okay.
what our escape needs will be.
Yeah. So the tunnel's probably.
Because if it's like 60, if it's longer than 60 feet, I'll drop back about 60 feet.
Yeah, it's longer than 60 feet. I'd say it's probably 70, 80 feet. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I just back up and I'm muttering to myself, when this goes wrong, your deaths are on you.
They're zombies.
So,
All right.
yeah, but Keo's unnerved. All of a sudden there's a bunch of zombies in this city, and
Oh, I know. I'm just
Not all
saying,
of a
like,
sudden. They've been here the whole time.
like Tanilio's just like.
He knew the
this ain't no
trash
big
service
deal.
wasn't very good. He could smell that. But
It smells like Vegas.
When I overhear him say that, like Kenyon does turn his head while he's like holding the gate shut, and it's just like, they're not that bad. I mean, these are weak zombies, man.
as I move in, I'm dragging the glass staff.
Yeah.
And there's a little trail of flame coming from the base.
All right. As Kenyon says, these things are weak sauce, man. Kenyon, the zombies are flooding in. Go ahead and use your Fist of Unbroken Air on the mob.
All right. It's a strength 17 save.
If you guys didn't catch it, Kyo's getting ready to make a tunnel of flame.
A tunnel of flame. That's awesome.
14 force damage.
14?
Halved 7 force damage.
Okay.
Put the wall sideways.
All right.
Yeah.
60 feet out.
14. 7. Excellent.
I go, oh, that didn't work.
You Fist of Unbroken Air, and a couple of zombies go flying up into the air and fall back on the mob, and they're kind of like floating, almost crowd surfing like. And
I've made them stronger.
The zombies, they crush up against the gate, and I need Kenyon to make a strength athletics with advantage if you don't already have it from the chains.
28.
28. You're able to hold it, but the gate bows inward, and as soon as it bows inward, Tin pops her Radiance of the Dawn. Correct?
I really want there to be like literally as many piled up as there can be. Because Kenyon seems to be holding the door even though it's putting strain on him.
Okay. This is as many as there's going to be this round.
So there's like
So you're
20 zombies?
because
Yeah. I mean, it's a horde. It's just a flood of zombies.
Okay.
What you can see in front of you is nothing but a ocean of heads.
Oh, so then there's like 40 or 50 zombies then?
Yeah. Just tons
Alan's
of
worst
zombies.
nightmare.
Yes. Yeah. Just a heads up. I love you guys in D&D so much that I prepped by watching Walking Dead and a bunch of zombie trailers today before. I had a zombie dream last week and I was a little upset that we didn't get here. So yeah, I'm fueled up. Every time I do the I hurt inside, so
Zombie movies are like one of my favorite subgenres of movies.
I can't do it.
So
I can't do
Zombies
it.
and
It's
vampires.
literally Alan's biggest fear.
Yeah. Getting eaten alive is not something to joke about, especially by loved ones.
you know,
Anyways.
you don't need to be a zombie to eat someone.
I know. It's
Not
just
healthy.
way less probable.
All right, now
Especially
that
by a loved one.
now that there's like 50 zombies within range, I'm gonna cast Radiance of the Dawn, and they need to do a con save,
Okay.
and it needs to be at a 19.
All right. So Tin walks forward, and you grab onto the gate. And when you grab onto the gate, you see the iron bars all turn completely radiant yellow and white, and it looks almost like heavenly gates. You see like this burst of radiant energy flow out just across the zombie horde.
Hell yeah.
What's their save?
19 con.
19 con. They don't make it.
Yeah.
You hear
9.
like a and you think it's part of your spell, but then you look over at Bon and he's going
Fuck!
They
He's adding the
take
Yeah.
sound effects himself.
they take 31 radiant damage.
31.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. You see the zombies that smush up against the heavenly gates in front of you. They turn to ash and get pushed through the gate, and a new the next wave of zombie pushes up.
they turn into
next
smoke
to the
monsters.
gates.
Ah!
Smoke methods. And that is the round. Kenyon, what do? You are stuck holding this gate. Do continue to hold on to it.
You have zombie ash in your mouth.
Yeah. Oh god, it's in my mouth.
I told you I was gonna cast it.
I didn't even know your name.
I just hold the gate.
Okay. All right. Give me a strength athletics, please.
Yeah, that's a 34.
Yeah. Oh yeah. All right. The zombies still push against the gate, but Kenyon is holding tight. 10. It's your turn.
Are there another like 30 to 50 zombies?
Yeah. I'm talking like we're talking like zombies nonstop. I mean, this is a complete flood of zombies.
Okay, now that there's 50 more zombies, I will do another Radiance of Dawn, DC 19.
She got 2 of them.
Fail.
Even more damage than last time.
35 Radiant.
35 radiant. 10. You keep your hand on the bars just above Kinyon's hands, and you continue to keep this gate going. And as you're like holding onto this gate, you're seeing through the gate, and you're starting to see like space in front of you is starting to like pull apart, and you see this snowy mountain just through like the small rips in space. And it is now Bond's turn. Bond.
Bond reaches into a bag tied on his waist, pulls out 3 fluffies and throws them through the gate. An ape, an axebeak, and a tiger appear.
Sorry, fluffies.
And he says, "Run away!"
Oh my gosh.
They summarily are ripped to shreds.
Yeah. All right. So they appear in this mob of zombies in front of you, and they disappear in the heads. We are unsure what happens.
You're
to them.
sick, man. You're sick.
You are fucked up. It's like
Now there's a zombie axebeak, a zombie tiger, and a zombie ape out there.
The idea is to throw it into the cloud of dead zombies that Tin just made, and have them run.
That's on the inside.
Oh.
Yeah. So imagine like
every time they
gate in front
die,
of
they
you.
There's
just
so
pushes it
many
forward
zombies that it refills like
instantly.
almost instantly.
Okay, so imagine like a giant concert, and the ground floor they're pushing up against the barrier in front of the stage.
Do you see World War Z?
Yeah.
They like
exactly.
climb
they
over
climb
each
the
other.
wall.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
It's like that.
I'd still try and do that, thinking, oh, maybe they can draw some away and
Okay.
it'll hold.
Okay. So give me a dexterity check.
Are there that many
like
people in the town to do like the tidal wave of?
I mean, there's a lot of buildings in this town.
So you want me to just D20 plus dex?
Yeah.
12.
12. Okay. You throw the fluffies off to the side, like hoping that they get out wide, and I think the axebeak gets out wide. The other 2, they fall into the mob of zombies. You just are able to get the fluffy axebeak ball out, and it like appears, and you tell it to book it, and it starts like speed running down the side wall. And I think you break off a few zombies. A vein of zombies start like running towards it. Good idea. Manette.
Not really great against hordes.
You do have a thunder wave of sorts.
Yeah.
You have AoEs.
I do.
We have 2 players that have AoE.
I will do the thunder cannon blast wave through the thing. They need to make a strength save.
All right. 16.
They do not make it. They take a whopping 9 points of damage and are pushed back 10 feet.
All right.
Now they have momentum.
Oh.
Can they be crushed against the wall of zombies behind them?
Trampled to death?
No, but I do think that like you let off this burst, and you have you've created like this hemisphere of like void as they push back. You've gotten some sort of reprieve off of the wall for a second.
It's a 15-foot cone
Okay.
for your record-keeping purposes.
Yep.
If you're doing that. So.
And Kyo, what do you do?
You hear footsteps going away as the line continues to be drawn in the sand, and Kyo, you hear Kyo's voice say, "When you're done having your fun, I suggest you come this way." And then a new rock appears where Kyo was standing.
Okay.
It's a minor illusion.
Oh, okay.
You know, but he's gone to the end of the tunnel into the Coliseum side, and he's just waiting for things to go wrong.
All right, sounds good.
But it's prepared that when the gate goes down, and everybody bucks that he's gonna drop the wall on his next action.
When you get to the end of the corridor, you start seeing like these cells with like dead lizard-like creatures that have they're partially feathered. They're vibrantly colored, and they look to be like bludgeoned almost to death.
They're not moving though. That's the important thing.
No, they look like they are fairly well rotted.
They're the ones that Bond killed?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is the zombies' turn. So, what the zombies are going to do is they run up against the gate and they start gnawing at Kinian's knuckles. Yeah. Let's see. That is going to be a 26.
That's going to hit.
And that is...
Bond's just like, why didn't you wear gloves?
I didn't even know that zombies could roll that high.
That is 13 points of damage, and
You only need 16 to hit. I'm not wearing any armor.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the second hit definitely hits then, and you take 14 points of damage on the second. These are both... What would teeth be? Slashing? I don't know.
Bludgeoning.
Bludgeoning, not magical.
Piercing.
Especially
Yeah,
dead
piercing.
zombie teeth.
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. And then they are going to continue to push up against the wall.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
17.
This is a 16.
And they hold.
The gate, it pushes in just, and Kinian was holding it out at arm's length, and now it's up to his chest, and he's holding. You see, like the veins in his muscles starting to pop out. That was a close one. It is now, Kinian, your turn.
With that happening, I reach through with one arm and lock my forearm through, and I reach through with the other arm, so now both of like my arms are on the other side of the gate.
Oh.
Kinian's not a smart half-orc.
He hasn't seen zombie movies. Okay.
And he knows full well the consequences.
Okay.
But he needs a better grip on the gate. Now I'm using my chest, essentially, and locking my arms and using my chest right along the line, essentially.
All right. Excellent.
Break both arms when...
Well, what would happen would be like I'd let go, the arms would go out. And what would happen is they push the gate open, I'm prone.
Yeah, probably. Yep, because you're right up next to it.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how I would imagine it would happen if someone pushed hard enough. You'd be like... Or, yeah, broken arms. One of the two.
All right. Tin.
I'm going to cast Wall of Fire.
Okay.
And I'm going to start pretty much like right after the door but so that Kenyon wouldn't get burned.
Okay.
You direction the flame too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's going to be a 60-foot long wall going up against one wall, 1 foot thick, and 10 feet. So the whole width of the corridor. Zombies will be taking fire damage.
So we're
How many zombies would you say fill the tunnel for 60 feet?
Well, they're not in the tunnel yet.
Oh, they're not in the tunnel
You
yet.
want to basically put this perpendicular to the tunnel at the entrance, facing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that will just deal massive damage.
there's like a tunnel behind us.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I thought we were in the middle of the tunnel.
Let me see if I
No,
can
no,
find
the
it.
The gate
on
was
the
at a
outside.
wall,
I see.
and I walked through it. You guys all went up and
see.
came down the other side. I walked
back up
in
to-
and closed the
Yeah.
gate. That's why Keo wants us to kind of just fall back, like the Russia defense, and
He
then
was
fill
planning
this
to do-
tunnel
yeah.
filled with fire.
All right,
so
so
that they'd be running through.
Yeah.
an
so
entire
I'm
lane.
changing my plan then.
Yep.
It's going to be a 20-foot circle, 20 feet in diameter, 20 feet high.
Okay.
Because then, and it'll line up like right with the front of the gate, zombies have to run through the outer part of the circle and then come to the closer part of the circle.
You're making
to
a
get
fire
to the door.
tornado, like
Yeah.
10 feet away from the gate, so
like
anybody near the gate feels the heat. Anything around feels the heat. So just like a flame tornado.
Yeah.
Anything within 10 feet of it's damaged.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so 10 feet out from the gate, I've got 20-foot circle, flames going out. And then they have to make a dex saving throw or take 5d8 damage, and I'm not sure how many zombies there would be within like a 10-second.
It's a swarm, so
Yeah.
it's one monster, is how it's being played. So
It's a save now, but at the start of their turn, it's an auto fail if they're within the fire.
okay, so what's the modifier
it's a
that I
pretty cool spell,
use?
in that perspective.
Con-
Dexterity.
Dex. That's a 15.
Lol. So it's 14 fire to any creature that enters the wall or ends its turn within 10 feet of the wall.
Okay. How much damage?
Did I say 14?
14. Okay.
Yeah, 14.
All right.
So
it is
how
now.
does that 14 fire damage kill zombies or not enough?
I mean, it peels off some of the zombies. It's it definitely does damage to them.
To him, it says a swarm.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
diminishing the swarm's total health.
Yep.
I see.
Yep.
Your
Yep.
fire lasts.
So you are killing zombies. You are killing zombies. From a
I see what you meant
mechanic's
earlier
perspective,
about like
it's a swarm.
one
Yeah.
creature now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bond's turn.
I'm gonna reach into my bag and grab a spare article of clothing, and then
What
I'm
the
gonna
fuck? Bond takes a moment
wait.
to accessorize.
free item interaction. Okay.
Halter top.
Plus
It's getting a
5
little
health.
toasty in here.
Yeah, Bond casts halter top.
Jesus Christ, guys. I'm gonna reach through the gate and drape it over Kinion's arms
Aw.
Oh, okay.
to try and protect him a little bit from the gnawing of zombies.
Ole,
right.
ole.
Excellent.
So now, Kinion, I essentially have an arm over you.
Aw. Minette. What do you got, Minette?
I'm confused by that whole
Yeah.
action. I'm just like,
Yeah, you cock an eyebrow to that,
Yeah.
and okay.
would an enlarged Kinian do any better than?
Yeah, I think so.
My arms might get stuck in the grate. Because my muscles are already pretty damn big. And then you make me large size, they're going to be like, ow, 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 ow.
Pinch, pinch, pinch!
Well, you've seen Kenyon large size before, so
Yeah.
do his biceps get wider than a foot when he's large sized? Is the question.
Probably.
So, I would think so, because, like, there's bodybuilders out there that are probably similar physique to Kenyon. I'm guessing Kenyon's arms look like a normal person's, like, hip. like the thickness of their leg.
So Kenion's like a Lou Ferrigno.
Well, yeah, I like that.
He's
What's your
what's your
6'7"?
He's like my height.
Well,
and 350.
Yeah, but Lou Ferrigno's like 6'6".
What's your strength without the belt that's augmenting it?
18, I think.
Okay, that's pretty good then.
Yeah, I'm pretty beefy. But the way my character's changed since the 18 and then the fire giant belt. Kenion's like his statistics in my mind he's changed because of the belt. He gained a bunch of weight when he put the fire giant belt on. He went to like 285 pounds, and since he went to storm giant strength, he went to 350. Like it's changing his physique. It's not just like the strength he's making.
He's like jacked.
The belt, the magic from it is actually physically manifesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Kenion's magically roided.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
That's why he rages so much.
That's 6'5", 315.
So bigger than that.
As a pro bodybuilder.
Yeah. So he's a bit bigger than that.
So what do you want to do, Minute?
I want to do more damage than the blast wave.
Okay. I think. Do you have a wand of fireballs?
I have the magic missile wand. I'm just gonna do a thundermonger, like into the crowd.
Okay.
Just hope that it would, pierce or whatever and hit multiple zombies.
All right.
High.
Yeah. That's fine. Their AC's
against
8.
the horde. 36.
Okay. You see like this shambling horde has started to it's starting to disperse. Like you guys are starting to do some pretty hefty damage to it. You're seeing more bodies on the ground than what are standing and pushing against the gate at this point.
So they're walking away?
No.
Oh,
You just see a
okay.
lot more dead zombies than there are alive.
Oh.
Undead zombies. Yeah.
So the
Vanquished?
Yeah.
the Kyo Rock moves another 30 feet back.
Okay. All right.
Little does Kyo know there's more danger behind us than in front of us.
All right. And the zombies are going to attempt to break through. Well, actually, they're going to make their attacks first. Here we go. 19 and 17. Both hit. 15 points of damage and 7 points of damage. And they are going to try and push forward now.
Zombies that entered the flaming ring took 25 fire damage.
And the ones that started their turn there,
25.
they just auto fail. I got a 24
All right.
to hold the line.
All right. You are able to hold the line. They got a 21 on their side. And it is going to be your turn now, Kenyon.
Is there still like 100 plus of these suckers or something?
Yeah. The number's dropping down. What you guys have been doing is working.
Keep doing what I'm doing.
Doing what you're doing. All right.
So are we at like there's 20% of them left or 40% left?
About half.
Okay, 50. Okay.
But I want to see if, like, depending on how much is like in the way, like to see on my turn rather than just hold it. This time I want to like try to walk forward.
Oh,
like,
sure. Like
try to
push
walk
back.
forward like 5 feet if
Okay.
I can. Like,
Okay.
if I can move at all, or if this is all like, if I feel like at any point me trying to move forward is going to affect my brace,
Sure.
I'll stop.
So give me strength athletics.
So I want to see if I can scooch because
Yep.
the moment I do that, I'm not bracing as much, and I imagine it would be backwards. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly.
Plus 50.
Oh, okay.
34.
All right, Yeah. You are able to push forward enough to get it so that your hands are holding it again.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like 2 feet staggered, pushing with all your weight against the... You've completely shored up this door at this point. Tin, your turn.
I'm going to cast a fireball, and it has a range of 150 feet. So I'm going to cast it, like, just somewhere outside of the ring of fire past that.
Yep.
20-foot radius explosion.
They fail their deck save.
4, 5, 6, 7. I need an 8d6, hun. Or a d6.
I think I smell great.
Yeah.
I can't even smell like the charred undead. I've got so much cologne on. And like the heat is activating the shit out of it.
Yeah.
You know how it is like when you're wearing cologne and you start sweating? It's just you're just a cloud of stink.
Yeah.
That's all I am right now. All I do is smell myself.
So you're like a stereotypical middle schooler with axe?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
29 fire damage.
And Bon, what do? You notice at this point, like, Kyo's not around you guys.
Well, I mean, if they actively search, they could probably tell the shimmery rock.
Yeah,
The shimmery rock that we didn't notice before.
The one that was walking away from you.
Yeah.
It's kind of milling back and forth.
I'll just help brace the gate with Kinian.
Okay, excellent. Minette.
Thanks for helping.
Same deal.
So Kinian's now holding onto the gates with his hands?
Yeah.
Yes.
I enlarge Kinian.
Okay. And Kinian gets tall enough so that Bon is able to be underneath his arms and sure up the gates with him. Excellent. Yeah, I don't think these things are getting through at this point.
You think?
Kyo, what do? You still holding on to waiting?
Well, Kyo...
Your hands are probably safe now.
We're having fun over here, Kyo.
Kyo understands you're having fun, but he's the reasonable adult in this situation.
But they're zombies. They're so fun to kill.
He's not going to blow off all his resources just to, have a murder spree.
But they're abominations of the light. They need to die.
So, at this point...
And their spirits would probably appreciate
he's concentrating
their
on his minor illusion. And,
that's non-concentration.
Oh, is it non-concentration?
Non-concentration.
How many rounds does it last?
It lasts a minute.
Last a minute,
Yeah.
Okay, so...
But it doesn't really move.
Yeah.
Unless you are...
Well, he recast it as he
okay.
moved.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I know, I was kind of cheesing it a bit.
Not
but
wasting
whatever.
resources.
You're not doing
I was
anything,
doing a
so
single
I don't
move and
mind.
I was doing an action.
No, it was cool.
Redo it. But anyway, so at this point, the rock that's kind of hemming and hawing there and wants to run.
Yeah.
Wants to be reasonable and get out of there. It's gonna let off a firebolt.
Okay, towards the mass.
Yeah, towards the mass, like
all right.
between both Kinian and
Bon's legs.
You just like thread the needle.
Just like,
All right.
I'm gonna feel like some heat from my nether regions.
More than
and
usual.
So it's gonna be plenty to hit
I'm gonna think I weed
because
myself.
it's a 19
But
on
then
the
it
roll.
goes away all of a
Don't
sudden.
start weeing yourself.
Yeah. Just roll with it at that point.
No, don't.
And
No.
so some unlucky, some unlucky one that actually made it to the gate takes 12, 19, 23 fire damage
23. Wow.
from that firebolt.
Nice.
That's actually a pretty strong firebolt. That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a 3, 7, and a 9.
So Bon, about that loincloth I'm wearing, don't look up.
I'm focused. Eyes forward.
Something slaps you in the back of the head.
It's
Does
okay,
that
Kinian. That got
Does that have
enlarged
to be
too.
canon?
That would probably knock him over.
Oh my god.
Oh, man. All right. The zombies are going to focus on Bon at this point.
I think I'm immune to disease.
Yeah. Here comes the hail of fists.
He's not talking about the zombies.
Yeah.
22. Natural 20. Pew, 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 pew.
Critical finger bite.
And a second natural 20.
Aren't you so glad you came over to help?
Holy balls. All right.
Just
here
bite
we
off
go.
one of Bond's fingers.
So,
Oh my
Regrow it
god.
tomorrow.
And a third natural 20.
No. Almost max damage on the first hit. 18 points of damage.
so before you mark that down,
Okay.
you don't have resistance because I have made 0 attacks,
Okay.
and I only works for me against a single mob. It wouldn't really work against a horde, but I can still use my reaction for my guardians to proc. So I lower your damage taken by 12,
Nice.
reflecting 12 damage onto
Oh, cool.
the attackers.
He goes to bite on Bond's hand and his teeth break away. 12 damage.
12 damage total.
No. You take 2.
2?
Yeah.
Wait. You reduced 18 by 12, so 6 points of damage.
6. I'm also going to use my reaction.
Okay.
Use it on the next one,
Why?
because you'll have a bigger damage. You don't want to have 6 damage. You want to have the next crit
I'm not... What?
with the evasion, right?
What are you doing?
It's not a reaction.
Oh, you're gonna burning hands.
I'm going to Hellish Rebuke.
Oh, okay.
But I'm
that's what I
gonna
meant.
Asimar twist it into...
Radiant
it's
Rebuke.
Radiant Rebuke.
Okay. What's that do?
It's just fire damage.
Yeah, but I mean, what does
When I take
what is the
damage
rules on it?
as a reaction, I can...
Reflect that damage back.
No, it's
He casts a
just...
spell.
It's a spell.
Oh,
that does
warlock
damage.
spell.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
like, oh, you jerk! What the...
Yeah.
So anyway, 11 points of fire damage.
Bond's
A
hand
zombie that
bites
bit me.
the monster back.
All right. Here comes the second attack. 19 plus 2 is 21. 21 on the second. 11. 25 points of damage on the second. Or on the third hit. Ouch.
Bond looks rough.
Yeah, it does. There is no pushing on this on the gate at this point, other than like physical push. What's their damage that they take for being in the fires?
21 fire.
21 fire.
Nice.
Excellent. And that is their turn. Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.